Okay, what's up, people? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everyone is doing well this Monday. I was about to say this Tuesday. Hope everyone's well. As always, guys, if you are enjoying the content, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and of course, make sure you do hit the bell so you don't miss out on any streams or uploads in the future, because of course, you will be notified. Make sure you check out Elevating Trade's Discord channel. That is linked to the top of the chat. You cannot miss it. There'll be discount opportunities when we do launch. So if you don't want to miss out on that, make sure you head over and go and check it out. And of course, you can join discussions, share trading opportunities, chat with myself and other traders there as well. So if you are interested, make sure you head over. But good morning, everyone. Keris, good morning. Hope you're well. Manzondi, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Brian, good morning. Hope everyone is well. So I've got another week this week. I'll go through the news in a moment and you see what's happening. I know we got Euro, excuse me, I know we got Euro interest rates on Wednesday, I think. I'll go double check. But yeah, in terms of myself, I'm still currently in 3 positions. Pound yen still in this one, as I've been for a very long time. And again, as I've always said, I'm waiting for this one to either reverse in my favor or go and take me out for the stop loss, which is just above the high there. So I'm letting the market do its thing. I still am pretty bearish on the yen pairs, mainly because they're still very corrective. And when we stay in these kind of corrective type channels, I do expect the market to break lower. So I'm still bearish. However, will it hit my stop loss before it does move down? Potentially, we'll find that out. But I'm just going to see the trade through. The risk is pre-planned before getting into the trade. I put the stop loss there for a reason, so I'm just going to wait it out and see what happens. But yeah, definitely not moving too well. I hopped into Euro USD longs on Friday, just before I got into the stream on Friday. So these in a bit of drawdown as well, but still holding on to my area of confluence. If I go to the daily chart, still looking to try and catch that next higher low. So 1, 2, 3, and anticipating fourth in that area. Came back into a nice area of confluence as well, just about tapping onto that trend line and retesting that nice daily high over there. So as long as we can hold above 1.09, big psychological level, we can hold above that. I do anticipate Euro to see some upside, and possibly if we do see a lot of momentum, possibly a move back to the high here, closer to 1.12. I'll be trading stops along the way and seeing how far we can take it. I think the main obstacle that I'm kind of weary of is this low here around 1.1, just above it. I think if the market is still wanting to be bearish for Euro, we probably will see a move up to this area and then possibly move down. So when we get there, I'll see what happens with price. Maybe I'll start to trail a little bit early. We'll see. If we blast straight through, great. Then I'll just hold on for as long as I can. But if you start to see some major rejection there, I'll make some amendments to the trade. But for now, still holding to that area. So I'm going to see how that goes. But hopped into some Euro longs on Friday. And then I'm still holding onto Aussie CHF shorts from not last week, but the week before that, Tuesday. This one did see some nice momentum last week, but it's just been really, really sideways since then. It's just been really flat, which could be a good thing because we did see a lot of momentum on Monday, and this could just be like a correction or a pause in that momentum before price does push down again, or it could be a pause before the market reverses. So it could break out either way. Of course, that's the thing with consolidation. Price may just move sideways and then pick its direction. Of course, I've decided I'm short from a long time ago after we rejected this big level up there, 0.586. So on the daily chart there, massive, massive level. That is my turning point, previous swing low, looking for that to be a swing high for a move down. So that's always been the plan with Aussie CHF, but we'll see how this gets going, because it's found it really, really hard to continue, but it's floating in profit. Stop losses at break even. So worst case scenario with this trade, we get taken out break even. Best case, market melts and we start trading. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with my positions. I'm not really looking to get into anything more right now until I get at least pound, yen, or euro to break even as well, or I'm just exited out those trades, and then I can start looking to get into more. I don't really want to be taking and holding on to more than 3 positions at a time. So yeah, I'll see what happens with those. There's some other pairs that look good, which we'll go through. I'll share my watch list as well. Any markets you're looking at? What's up, Holy One? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Okay, you need to be above the H4. Okay, yeah. H450 before I even step into buys. Well, let's see where that H450 is. Let me add the old SMA. I remember this time. Simple moving average. So the 50, okay, still a long way away from the 50, to be honest. Still a long way away. But yeah, if it goes above there, you look to enter. Not bad at all. With me, I'm happy where it is, and of course, it's fit my plan, so that's why I'm in the trade. But yeah, if it does get above that 50, looks like you're set to join me. Um, Good morning, Will. Welcome to the stream. Had a good weekend? Yes, I did actually. Thank you for asking. Pretty good weekend. Hope you had one as well. Holy One US 30 took a trip to Mars. Yeah, indices were pretty bullish off the back of last week. I'm pretty sure you were buying. Were you buying US 30 or NAS or S&P? You were buying one of them. I'm pretty sure. Or was it someone else? But yeah, S&P looking bullish, US 30 looking bullish, and Nas not joined the party yet. That's why I still like Nas, because Nas still hasn't got the ball rolling yet. I'm still anticipating Nas to get back to the high at 2,700. US 30, of course, is seeing new highs. S&P seeing new highs as well. So they've already had their fun. And I think if you're looking to get involved with the indices, sure, US 30 and the S&P still look like good buys because there's still a lot of momentum in the markets, especially if you're intraday. I think if you're swing, you're waiting for a bigger pullback on these guys, retest some structure, and then you're looking to get involved. So if you're swing, you're waiting for a bigger pullback. But if you're intraday, you're still just looking for those lower time frame pullbacks and just looking to keep riding the buys. But for NAS, if you're looking for a swing, there's still a lot of upside on the cards. We still are nowhere near our high, our all-time high, and I would expect us to get there eventually and see some new highs, just like what S&P and just what like US 30 are doing. So, in terms of potential, in terms of upside potential, NAS is looking really, really attractive because you would expect us to get there most likely. So looking for some break and retest above the high here, even some intraday pullbacks. Say we're to break through this, then pull back tomorrow. That could be a really nice opportunity for a long. Even if we go for a deeper pullback, I think coming back into this area here looks like a good buy. But yeah, just looking for those buying opportunities really with NAS, expecting us to push into 2,700 and see some new highs pretty soon. But yeah, US 30, S&P looking really, really bullish at the moment. Okay, still not a CHF buy, but my US CHF is 80 minutes in drawdown. Yes, the US 30 went right past my. Oh, okay. Yeah, you were trading US 30. That was the one. Yeah, it was a really nice move there on this piece. It was off the back of the news on Friday. I think we had PPI on Friday. The indices just flew. Just a quick question. How many runs and pullbacks on average before you come to an end of a trend? That's a really good question, actually. Well, it really depends on the market. It really depends on the market because the yen pairs, they trend a lot better than, for example, CAD CHF or euro pound, for example. So on average, it's very difficult to get just an average number for everything because markets depend. For the indices, for example, they will have a lot more and they trend a lot better as well compared to FX. So I would say it really does depend on the market you're trading, but I would say that earlier you can get into the pullbacks, the better. I mean, not necessarily early the pullback, but say for example you got an uptrend and then it starts to reverse into a bearish trend. The earlier pullbacks are always the better ones because you would expect the trend to continue to a certain length, and the earlier you can, the better. It doesn't mean the late ones or the later ones aren't good. It just means that the trend's already gone so far. So you don't expect it to go a crazy amount of distance. It might just be a shorter pullback and a shorter push before you do eventually get the next reversal and the next trend. So typically the rule of thumb is the earlier the pullbacks, the better, really. especially in FX where we don't trend too often or we don't trend for too long for too often. But it really does depend, because if you look at like the yen pairs, they trended for like 2 years straight and just kept pushing. So there really is no answer to it, I would say. But if you get the first, second, third pullbacks, those are normally the best. And of course, there could be a lot more depending on the market conditions, but 1, 2, and 3, I would say, is the pullbacks you should be looking for. I appreciate it, Holy One. FX Wolf, good morning. Hope you're well. Good morning, Sunny. Welcome to the stream. What's your take on Euro Yen and Pound Yen? Okay, we'll have a look. See. So yeah, with the yen pairs, I am still somewhat bearish on majority of them, but some we are seeing some breakouts, which I'll comment on. But with Euro Yen, as I've said, as long as we stay below this swing high here at 164 roughly, 164, I'm still short bias, at least in the daily chart anyway. I'm looking for something like this for a move down. If the market goes and breaks through that and we see some sustained bullish structure above it, then I'll reanalyze and go again from a daily point of view, and maybe the market is getting ready for a bigger swing and something like that is happening, maybe for a push back to the high. So something like that I can see happening, but I need to see a real strong break of 164. And then I'll be looking into that. But for now, this is still a very nice place to short from, or at least anticipate the market to turn around. We're not quite there yet. We're still a bit of upside in the tank before we do go and test 164. So that's kind of what I'm expecting intraday, at least from Euro Yen, a bit more upside to get there. And then we can judge price and see what happens. The fact that price is still pretty corrective leads me to believe there's a good chance we do break lower as well, because we're not necessarily seeing a lot of momentum unless something happens out of nowhere, but still really, really corrective. So if we can stay in this kind of corrective manner and get the break, of this channel here, I do think the floodgates will open and we'll see that move. And then, of course, on the intraday level, you can be looking for some pullbacks and retests and so on and so forth. But for now, of course, that hasn't happened yet. So it's something for the future which we could keep in the back of our minds for now. But for now, I do expect us to get to 164, see what happens. If you're looking for aggressive short, you can take some shorts from 164, stop loss above the zone. And the risk reward will be phenomenal if it does play out, and your stops can just be above the high as well. So the risk reward will look really, really good. But yeah, in terms of my bias, it is still definitely short from 164. If we see the break, then I'll reinvestigate, and maybe the direction is up for the yen pairs. And same thing for pound yen as well. However, pound yen is already trading above the high. So I probably wouldn't be looking to short pound yen until we get back below, because it's the same thing as well. If the market is going to stay corrective, let me just move this out of the way. If the market is going to stay corrective like this, I do expect us to break to the downside and start to trend like this. So again, that's what I'm expecting from pound yen as well. But we need to wait for that break first if you can get that shorts and get back underneath that swing high there as well. So I still like the downside with the yen pairs, but there's a lot of work to be done and a lot of bearish momentum we need to see come back into the market. I think from an intraday level, if the market stays bullish, then maybe something like this could be a nice intraday buy in the future, something like that. But yeah, I wouldn't look to hold them for too long, because as long as we remain in this corrective channel, like I said, I expect the bigger move to be to the downside. That's a common pattern we see across the market. So yeah, pretty bearish still. There's probably still some short-term buying opportunities, but of course, me looking at that bigger swing on the daily, I'm going to keep my bearish bias for now until I see some strong evidence that the market is trending higher. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with Euro Yen and Pound Yen. Sunny, how confirm the forward kind of reaction? Confirm the forward candle. You're talking about just like rejection in general? Trying to understand your question. So yeah, when I mention like I'm waiting for rejection or reaction. I'm basically just looking for wicks and candlestick patterns, so bearish engulfings, shooting star, hammer candles. That's really what I'm looking at. But yeah, in terms of reaction, you're looking for prices to come into an area of confluence or support resistance, moving average, whatever technical indicator you're looking at. And you're looking for predominantly price to show rejection, which is wicks, engulfing candles, momentum shifting. That's really what you're looking for, at least what I mean when I mention reaction. But yeah, it's the same across any time frame. Elevating Trader. Yeah, that's the prop firm I'm setting up, elevatingtraders.com. We're looking to launch this weekend, so everyone put that in your diaries. But yeah, I'm getting the office revamped. We've done a lot of changing around. If you've been watching the streams for the past month, you probably see a lot of different backgrounds as we've been moving around. But yeah, things are coming together. Really excited. So do put that in your diaries, ladies and gentlemen. The Discord channel, which I mentioned earlier in the stream, is at the top of the chat there. So if you're not in it, make sure you do get involved. Discount opportunities will be available there when we do launch on the weekend, and there are areas where you can discuss trading opportunities with traders as well. So if you are looking to connect with other people, not just when I'm live, feel free to join the Discord as well. But yeah, that is the prop firm, which is coming to you very, very soon. But yeah, there's still things that need to be done as well with the office. Brian, are you hiring? Not at the moment, but we will be looking to do so. Yeah, we'll be looking to do so in terms of support and stuff like that. So yeah, if you are interested, probably give me a DM on Discord or somewhere you follow me to let me know if you are interested, and yeah, I'll let you know if we do have anything available. DXY is still somewhat bullish. I need that to reverse. So yeah, I've been looking a lot at the USD pairs because I'm looking for some trades there because I've been trading yen and CHF for a long time. What's up, Kadam? Hope you're doing good. Yes, I did have a good weekend. I hope you had a good weekend as well. What is up? What's up? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, Brian, just give me a DM. Let me know you're interested, and then that goes for anyone else as well. But yeah, not looking to hide at the moment, but I will let you know. So yeah, I've been eyeing up a lot of the USD pairs for some reversals. Of course, I'm in Euro USD, so that's the one I'm trading, but I do like some other USD pairs as well. But until I get Euro USD to break even, I'm not going to get involved. I've spoken a lot about Pound USD, and the USD as well, Aussie dollar. I like these guys to the upside. Pound looked really, really good. I was debating between Pound USD and Euro on Friday as to which one I wanted to enter. Pound USD came back into this low. We came back with a really nice corrective manner as well. So this is basically what I'm referring to with the yen pairs as well. When we do tend to see these corrective channels form, you do expect the market to break in the opposite direction most of the time. Of course, nothing's 100%, but as retail traders, we just got to take the probability for as it is. So I do expect us to push higher. And once we see that break, if we see that break, of course, then I do expect to see price really push away. Now, possibly pound could be looking to continue the trend completely because, of course, we've got these higher highs and higher lows here. So possibly the price could be looking to continue the trend all the way back into the high up there, possibly. Or it could just be prices making a move back into this area for maybe a larger head and shoulder pattern. If I can mark it out, so that'd be a left shoulder, that would be a head, and of course that being a right shoulder there as well. So with the pound USD buys that look really good, possibility is we could see that right shoulder form or a full swing to the high. Either way, you're looking at a really nice move with some, with some nice distance to it. You're looking at about 200 odd pips into that right shoulder area. and you're looking about 350 into the high there. So get yourself, 50 pip stop loss. You're looking at 1 to 4, 1 to 7 potentially. And of course, you don't need to hold on to a 1 to 7 for it to be a good trade, but the risk reward is there, which is the point I'm trying to get home. So yeah, with pound USD, if we do see a solid close above this area here, I think that's a really nice entry signal. Stops below the low here, and I do think that'll be a really nice move to the upside. Like I said, I was debating between entering pound and euro on Friday, last Friday, but euro looked a little bit better, and because I'm actually shorting pound yen, I don't want to get into the buy on pound USD because it's conflicting currencies. Because I'm selling pound and buying pound at the same time. So I thought, let me just get into a different currency, so it's not affecting it. So I jumped into euro. So yeah, I'm going to see how this one goes. But of course, euro and pound, they kind of do the same thing anyway. So we'll see how this one plays out. I was also looking at NZD USD as well. But yeah, this one broke my area, which I was looking to buy last week. So that one kind of kept me on the sidelines. I think this was the interest rates from NZD on Thursday or Wednesday, something like that. So I didn't get into the buys, but I still do have that bullish bias with NZD USD, as I do have with Aussie dollar. And this one, in fairness, is trading at a nice level, which I said looks good to buy from. I just jumped into euro instead. But for Aussie dollar as well, I do think this is a nice little place for a buy. If not, if that doesn't hold, then 0.664, 665 just below looks really good as well. So yeah, I'm pretty bullish on the USD pairs. I don't know for how long. That's the only question as well. I don't know for how long, because I'm looking at the DXY, and of course the DXY is a very important indicator on the USD. I feel like we can see some downside, but as we start coming back into this area, that might cause some problem for the dollar, as in we might see a drop and then price bounces and continues higher. So yeah, so it might mean that for euro, we might see a push up into this area, then we might push down. For pound, it might push up, maybe the right shoulder forms, then we come down. Aussie dollar, maybe do something similar there as well and come down. So that's why I have a bit of a question mark whether the dollar pairs will come back to their respective highs. I think it's a bit of an ask, at least for now anyway. I do expect them to eventually, but we might go through some deeper pullbacks. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with dollar for now. Looking for a push into roughly 102, and then we'll go from there. Is anyone trading any USD pairs at the moment? Sonny, nice, good to hear. Thank you. Will can check oil. Okay. Have another huge sell-off. Okay, I'll take a look at oil. Remember, you had some shorts in oil not long ago, actually. I believe on the retest of this level, we were speaking about shorts when we were over there. It was a really nice reaction, really nice trade in itself, actually. But of course, price has since gone and broken through that same area and actually used it as support last week. Over here, we actually used it as support. So you're looking for a big sell-off for oil from you're looking for a sell-off into 72. Okay, so you're looking to sell oil back into 72, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, it looks likely because the market is putting another lower high in. It came back and respected this area pretty well on Monday, early last week. We tried to create a new high, but price just struggled really poorly and put another lower high in. So it does look like we're probably going to push back into 72 at that point. I'm going to mark out this low here as well. So with oil, in terms of my bias, now the market is just very, very choppy. So it's not really pair or a market which I'm very interested in trading. I mean, I don't trade oil anyway, but if I was, it probably wouldn't be a market I would look at. I know it wouldn't be. But the key thing I'm looking at for oil is that we are still forming these major lower highs, which is kind of marked with a trend line here. And I'm kind of looking at oil doing something like that. in the longer run of things. So in my book, I kind of expect a bit more upside for oil to go and test that trend line eventually. And then maybe we form another low high to come back down, or we get the breakout. That'll be up to oil. But I am looking at move into that area, which could come from 72 as well. So you might see the sell-off you're looking at happen to get us into 72, and then we can maybe speak about the buys on a big move to the upside. But if price is just going to continue, then we'll see what we can do at 78. But really for oil, I'm looking at a bounce at 72 and then the push up. If we break 72, then maybe we're going to push back to 65. But in terms of the big swing and what price has been doing, and that's really where I would like to see that swing happen, because it kind of fits in with what the market has been doing essentially. But we're looking pretty bearish now, so getting to 72 is looking pretty likely. You want to sell from 72, better area for reactions. Okay, so you're waiting for price to break underneath 72 then, I suppose? Something like that. And then the short? So you're waiting for a break and retest of it, or you're looking to break 72? Because if we do break 72, then yeah, I think we've got a good shot getting back to 65, 95, basically, back to that same low again. That massive weekly level, if we do break underneath 72, is pretty likely we get there. But yeah, if you're looking to sell from that level, I would imagine you're looking for, okay, yeah, waiting for the retest. Okay, I get you. So you're waiting for price to break through that, look for the retest of 72, and then the sell, basically what you did over there. Yeah, I mean, I can get behind that as well. It's up to the market again. As traders, we have to stay reactive to the market. Maybe we get the bounce here and price pushes on. Maybe we get the breakthrough and price continues a lot lower. So depending on what price does, we react and take trades based off that. So I like the shorts there from 72. If you're going to short, 72 is not a bad area, or this area up here as well as the only two levels I would consider shorting if I was looking to trade oil. The retest of 72 and the shorts around 77.4 look good. And yeah, if I was going to retest and find some shorts there, I would be aiming for somewhere into that low there as well for some targets. But yeah, I like it. We do have kind of like this squeezing price action here with oil that is eventually gonna either break to the upside or to the downside, and there's gonna be an interesting break with this one. But yeah, still a long way away from it now. But yeah, if oil's gonna see some downside to 72, that means CAD's gonna be weak. As well. Which means dollar CAD might still push a little bit higher. I mean, dollar CAD's still pushing really, really strong. CAD Yen might still push up. Euro CAD and Aussie CAD, those will push down. No, wait, what? If oil is falling, CAD is weak. My bad, I got the direction confused. If oil is weak, CAD should be weak as well, on paper at least. So that means CAD Yen should fall, dollar CAD should push up, Euro CAD should push up, Aussie CAD, NZ CAD, all these guys should push up as well, and then CAD CHF should fall as well. So yeah, I got the direction mixed up. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see what happens with CAD. I'll go through the news in a minute as well. The gap needs to be filled in oil. Is there a gap? I didn't see one. Oh yeah, there's a big one clearing my face. How did I not see that? There's a big one there. Yeah, I mean, again, the market doesn't necessarily have to move in a straight line to get there. It can definitely come up, fill the gap. It can even come back and retest the high if it wants to as well. But yeah, I mean, majority of gaps do you fill. I'm not so accustomed to trading oil, so I don't really know the frequency and how quickly go fill gaps. Because I know with FX, we tend to do it very, very quickly after. But sometimes with other markets, we tend to go fill it not straight away all the time. That's like an example there as well, because we had a bit of a gap there in the market. and it only came back into it, after this big move there. So price could do that again with that same gap as well. But yeah, on average, gaps do definitely fill. So trading towards a gap fill is always a good thing to do on average anyway. So you would expect it to fill at some point. But if I'm looking to buy, it's got to be down at 72 anyway. But that's a good spot. Aussie CAD gaps were filled this morning with wicks. Okay. I think Euro USD gapped as well, actually. Yeah, I mean, it's filled already, actually, I think. Yeah, it's just filled. So yeah, Euro USD did gap a little bit, very, very small gap, but the gap was there. I think Aussie CHF gap too. So yeah, did it? Yeah, a little bit, but it filled already. And yeah, FX normally fill very, very quickly, the gaps, because they're normally very small, and the market kind of fluctuates anyway, so it normally just fills anyway. But gaps with like indices, commodities, it normally fill pretty quick too, but sometimes they can take a little bit longer. Where was I? So yeah, that's kind of what I'll be keeping an eye on for oil. But yeah, definitely not my favorite conditions at the moment, I must say. Let me have a quick look at the news for the week. See when those euro interest rates are, because now I'm in Euro USD, they do concern me. So today, nothing really. Tomorrow, okay, pound unemployment rate, that could be interesting, but expect to stay the same though, so shouldn't be too much of a big deal. CAD inflation rate, that could be interesting as well, 1:30 tomorrow UK time. And New Zealand inflation rate as well in the evening. Wednesday, inflation rate for pound in the morning. That could be interesting. I'm trading pound yen, so that does affect me. And then that's about it for Wednesday, really. And Thursday, okay, unemployment rate for Aussie, balance of trade for yen, CPI for euro, interest rate for euro as well, 115, jobless claims. So Thursday's kind of the big one in terms of news. And Friday, we've got inflation rate for yen, so that'll be interesting as well. Yeah, but Thursday's the real big day. The rest, the kind of, at least for me anyway, I wouldn't really bother too much. But intraday, you might want to keep an eye on some of those pound inflation, unemployment, if you're looking to trade pound, that is. But in terms of USD news, there's not really any big USD news this week. So yeah, not bad. Not bad at all, but I'll keep an eye on euro since I'm buying that one. Wait, is the rate expected to go down or up? Okay, rates expected to drop. That's not good for me because I'm buying euro. And if the rate's going to drop, that should mean weakness in euro. Not always. Sometimes it doesn't always come out like that. And sometimes it's going to be a bit of weakness before strength comes in. But yeah, that's the one I'll keep an eye on for. But hopefully by Thursday, if you can see some nice momentum, hopefully price could be in a bit of profit by then. So we shall see. But yeah, it's been a long hold with pound yen and Aussie CHF. But that's the reality when you're looking for bigger targets and bigger stop losses. It's going to take a little bit longer to get going, which I'm happy with. And gold's looking really bullish still. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens with those. As I said earlier, I'm not really looking to get into anything else. Really gonna let them do their thing before I look to get into another position. Okay, bank holiday for major pairs today. Wait, who's having a bank holiday? No, it's not a bank holiday in the UK. Is it US bank holiday? I mean, the markets are a little bit slow at the moment. Not really seeing a lot of movement. But then it is Monday first thing, so we don't tend to do too much today anyway. Is anyone trading the okay CAD? Okay, JPY, USD. Okay, yeah. I mean, if it's bank holiday for those currencies, then yeah, it might not see much today anyway. There's no news today really. I mean, we had some news earlier, but yeah, there's nothing for today. So it might be a slow day. But again, you can use today as you kind of prepping for the week, really, in terms of building your plan, building the markets you want to, building a plan for the markets you want to trade, and mapping out areas and conditions of what you want to do and how you're looking to enter. Um, if nothing happens today, because again, with trading, majority of the time, whether you're swing day or scalping, really 90% of your activity in the markets, you want to be sitting on your hands, and the other 10 is when you're actually doing stuff as well. So if it's going to be a slow day today, we're not going to see much movement, some dojis back and forth. Then yeah, it's definitely not a day which you want to be looking to do too much. Um, Depending on your method of entering, of course. But if the market's going to be slow and you're looking for momentum, then it's best just to kind of let the market do its thing. Prep for the rest of the week. What's your plan? What pairs you're looking to trade? Get that down to a T, and then you can focus for the rest of the week when momentum picks up, especially on Thursday. But yeah, as for myself, I'm just gonna manage the current trades, but there's really nothing for me to do at the moment. Oh, okay. Oh, Columbus Day. Okay. No school day. Yeah, I mean, in the UK, if it's a no school day, then it's normally a bank holiday. Because if it's a no school, then normally the bank's not open either. Um, yeah. Um, okay, you need to Discord how to use it. Yeah, I mean, Discord is just a messaging service, a messaging app. Really, allows you to build a community and chat with other people. So, how you would use Discord or like WhatsApp or any group discussion app or forum, it's the same thing. Of course, there's a lot of different tools and things you can do with it, but the key thing is really just messaging people, sharing things as well, talking about charts, and that's the key thing. And that's pretty basic to understand. Of course, there's so many different things you can use, and you learn that along the way. I mean, I'm pretty new to Discord as well, so I've been learning for the past couple of months of how to use Discord. But yeah, the important thing is just being able to chat to people, really. So as long as you can do that, you'll learn. But yeah, it can be a little bit um, what's the word? A bit overwhelming to start with. But yeah, it's a pretty good application. It's probably the best in terms of community and chat with people. But yeah, it will take some time. But yeah, welcome aboard. And again, I'll share opportunities and things I'm looking at on the chat, and so do other people as well. So feel free if you want to share something, chat about something, feel free to drop it in the Discord as well. That is exactly what it's there for. That is what it's there for. And there will be discount opportunities there as well for when we do launch. So anyone looking out for that, make sure you are in the Discord. But yeah, in terms of the pairs that I'm looking outside of the three I'm trading, really in terms of yen, I think Aussie yen, dollar yen look the best to me. So if I get into a situation where I'm either stopped out of pound yen or by some miraculous um, movement, we see pound yen push into profit and I'm actually locking in some gains with pound yen, then I'll be looking at pairs like Aussie yen and dollar yen to get involved with. So either I'm stopped out or in profit, then I'll look to get into involved another yen pair. And if so, Aussie yen, I'm looking at a big sell. I touched on this last stream. Again, moving to the upside very, very correctively. Typically, when we do see these correct behaviors, they don't last too long. I'm expecting a big drop for Aussie yen at some point in time. Of course, in terms of finding entries and getting involved, I'm waiting for the drop to happen first and then looking for the corrections and the opportunities after to get involved. So either a retest or some structure around there, a double top somewhere. That's how I'm looking to get involved. It would depend on how things look and how much momentum we see and how big the breakouts are. So I'll cover more of that when it does happen. And in terms of the opportunity with Aussie yen as well, this one just about taking out that high, but we haven't done it so convincingly. So I'm still short bias on the daily chart. I'm still looking for a big swing back into these lows. But yeah, this break here to the downside is critical. If it doesn't happen, then yeah, Aussie yen's probably just going to keep pushing and maybe we see a trend form. And then I change my bias and look for some break and retest somewhere. So I can see Aussie yen going to the upside as well. I'm not going to stay stubborn and stay with that short bias when there's no point. And it's obviously giving us a bullish trend. But for now, still very corrective. And if you do see that break lower, I will look for something like this. In terms of dollar yen, I like the shorts where we are at the moment. If you didn't watch my weekly analysis, I mentioned two areas where shorts do look good for dollar yen. 149, which is what we're trading at right now, and 152, which is the high up here, which looks equally as good. Really strong area of prior resistance with support there briefly, expecting us to reject that area and come back down, possibly forming a really big head and shoulder pattern. So you got the left head and the right shoulder there, and possibly we can get the big reversal there as well. So with dollar yen, it's just about making sure I'm taking my shorts from the right areas and give myself the best chance to catch these moves. And if I do, the risk reward is looking exceptional. If you can get a short from there back into the low, you're looking at a really, really big trade. And of course, even bigger if you catch it from the high there. But yeah, you don't have to look for such a big move as well. It's just with me with a trading stop loss, I could potentially catch a big move if everything just lines up well and I don't get trailed out. But yeah, that's kind of the swing I'm looking for. So yeah, dollar yen at a nice place for a short. Again, if you're going to short from these areas, it's a bit aggressive because you're shorting against all this momentum. So it is an aggressive move, but you are rewarded if it does play out by the big risk reward. If you can get an entry, something like this, stops above the high, you're looking at a very big risk reward. But of course, you don't have to be looking at such a big trade. You can target areas otherwhere. But I'll be trading stops, just seeing how far I can take it. Same thing from the high there too. But that is only if I'm stopped out of pound yen or I'm at break even and for some reason price is still there for dollar yen. So that's the only way I'll look to get into that one. Same with Aussie yen as well. In terms of the USD pairs, of course, I'm trading Euro USD, so I'm not looking to get into one. But if I was, I'd be looking at the break of this trend line there for pound for an entry. So if it was to get a nice bullish engulfing above that trend line there, that would be the catalyst for me to get the ball rolling in terms of something like this. Again, predominantly looking for that target as that high as a target. And yeah, see if we can break past that to potentially this high as well. But if we can at least get there, that'd be a great trade in itself. So I like pound USD. I also like dollar CAD as well to the upside after a pullback because this has just been so bullish. I mean, look how bullish the move has been. Look how steep this trend line is and how well the market is respecting it. I can't remember the last time I've drawn a trend line that steep and price has been hanging on to it for so long. I think maybe in the yen pairs, we had a move similar to this on one of them. Can't remember which one, but it's been a long time since dollar CAD's given such a smooth move. So the market is definitely very overstretched right now, overextended. It's likely to pull back at some point. And I'm looking for more buys because we've broken through this high very, very aggressively. So should we get back there again, there's a good chance it's going to hold a support and continue us back to the high. And as a target, this level here looks really, really good, 1.39. So yeah, to me, I'm liking USD CAD to the upside. It's kind of the opposite direction because looking to buy USD CAD is effectively looking to sell your USD to a degree because you're shorting USD and then when you're buying USD. So, but it's kind of like a hedge as well because if euro can go into profit and dollar CAD can come back down, then I don't mind getting into it because at that point, worst case that happens, euro gets stopped out break even and dollar CAD can be a winner, or dollar CAD fails and euro keeps moving in my favor. So that's kind of what I'll be keeping an eye on for dollar CAD for. But again, the key thing, euro break even. And that's kind of it with the dollar pairs, really. Gold, I'm not so keen on because it didn't pull back all the way I wanted it to, which is this level here, 25.89. Silver just looks a little bit too corrective now. I'm just going to wait for the break of the high here and see what that gives me if it's a bit neater. But it's a bit corrective, and I don't like how he struggled so much at the high either. So I'm not interested to get into silver at the moment. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the USD pairs. If you guys are enjoying the stream, find it useful, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It does really help out. And of course, make sure you do go and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any streams or uploads in the future. Sunny, short setup for gold. Not big fan of looking to short gold, to be honest. The current swing high, swing low on gold. Okay, we'll take a look at that for you on gold. Holy one. So true, so true. Waiting for one to move to the downside, seeing there's no money in the trade until it hits its target. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of money, but the market just kind of just. It's funny because we haven't seen like price action like that stubborn and that kind of just sideways for a long time with the yen pairs. I mean, maybe here a little bit as well. Maybe a little bit here where it was a bit sideways. But the yen pairs have just been so smooth for a long time, and now we're getting some really grindy, choppy price action. So yeah, I do expect us to break lower, as I've said, but it looks like it's waiting for something, some type of catalyst, Bank of Japan to do something with their currency to get the ball rolling. Because yeah, it looks like it's going to need something like that to really get the ball moving. Anyway, I'll take a look at that gold opportunity, Sonny. Yeah, so you said some intraday shorts for gold. As I said, I'm not really very keen on taking shorts in gold. Look at the price action on the daily chart. It's been so bullish. I mean, I think this is the turn of the new year. Yeah, Jan was a little bit stale, but then since then it's absolutely been roaring to the upside. So any shorts on gold have to be for the short term. You can't be looking to take any swing. I know you said intraday, which is good, but any swing shorts have always been very difficult. You might have found a little bit of success here, but that will be quickly swept away with big moves here. So because the market's so bullish, I would only be looking to take buys, especially as a swing trader, looking to try and hold my trades for as long as possible. I'm only going to take buys in these conditions. In terms of sells, I was talking about some sells last week because we were trading in this channel here. So I did say some sells could look good off the high. They didn't hold. Price went and broke through that channel. So now that price is above that, I understand that we are coming back into this area here, and that's not a bad place for a short, but I wouldn't be optimistic. I wouldn't go for a full swing like this. I wouldn't look for, targets like that. I think it's way, way too aggressive. Not that it can't happen. Everything's probability at the end of the day, but you want to be taking partials or locking gains well before that, and not just leave yourself, fully exposed just to a big reversal. So in terms of the location to short, I think yes, at a nice place to do so. If you're going to be looking at intraday shorts, I think is at a nice place to short. This is kind of our last lower high, which gave us this low here. So if you're following market structure, shorting from here makes sense if we are going to continue to the downside. I just don't expect us to continue back to the low. That's the only thing with gold. So from an intraday level, if you can get some shorts back to this area, I think that's a great trade in itself. And you probably want to start looking to call it a day, really. Short back into 26.45, 26.50. You can get moving to that level, great. You can leave some positions to run if you want to, of course, but I think anything more than that is always just a little bit on the risky side of things. Because market conditions play such a big role. They play such a big role in trading. If the market is really, really trending to the upside, then obviously if you're going to take some shorts, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to find success there if the market just keeps breaking higher consistently. So you have to take that into consideration. And because that's what gold has been doing, if you're going to short, you don't want to overstay your welcome. So a short like that, back into that low makes sense. And sure, we could go further. And if you want to hold on for longer, take some partials, pay yourself, reduce your lot size, and then see. Maybe we do continue further. Maybe the buyers step back in and we start flying. Either way, you've locked in profit. So the trade was worthwhile. But really, I just wouldn't look to short gold at all. I'll just be looking for buys. But yeah, if you're looking to short, that's kind of at. And in terms of the swing points in the 4 hour, these are the last kind of major swing points, I would say. So you got the high, you got the low, high, low, high, low, lower high, lower low. Those are the last major swing points in the 4 hour. That's kind of the structure I'm looking at. So I'm looking at this as a pullback of this move here for possibly something like that. So that's like your flag, and that's your continuation. So yeah, that's kind of why I'm pretty bullish on gold for now. But those are the swing points. Okay, you're looking for big buys on gold. Yeah, I'm pretty much with you there. Early one as well. Gold is just way too bullish for me to short. And again, at some point, gold is going to go through that bigger retracement and that bigger, not necessarily reversal, but that bigger retracement, that bigger pullback. That will last a while, and you will see some nice downside to it. But I'll wait for it to come before I start looking to short. Anything before that is just a bit premature for me. Manzondi, same with CAD Yen, getting impatient. Okay, you trading CAD Yen? You shorting CAD Yen? Or are you waiting to get involved with CAD Yen? But I'll go take a look at it. Go above H450. All you need is a valid pullback, but wouldn't fight the tide and try and sell personally. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Holy One, as well. I wouldn't look to sell it just because, as you said, the tide is very, very much to the upside. And again, it's not to say you can't get successful shorts in these conditions. You can. It's just a lot more difficult. So yeah, it is firmly above the H450 there. That's the blue and it's firmly above it. So that's what I meant about the intraday shorts. That area looks nice. It kind of also lines up the 50 as well. But anything more than that is always going to be a little bit more risky. Okay, we'll take a look at the CAD Yen. Kojo, what's up? Watching live from Ghana. Wicked. Hope you're doing well. What's the time in Ghana? Is it 11 a.m., 12 p.m.? I was going to say good morning, but it might be afternoon for people in Ghana. Been in 2 weeks, damn. So you're in the same situation as me as well. Then same situation me with pound yen. So yeah, I mean, I actually prefer CAD yen to pound yen actually. So I think you got the better trade, really, because with CAD yen, we're still holding on to this high, whereas with pound yen, we've broken through. This was the high I was shorting from originally, and of course that's what got my stop loss above. But we're well and truly above that, so it's a little bit more dodgy with pound yen. But CAD yen, even though we did break through, we're actually back underneath. We're actually back underneath, and we're holding as resistance pretty well on last Thursday. So for me, for CAD yen, as long as we stay below 109 or this high here, I do think that it will go for a pretty big move to the downside. So I like CAD yen to the downside here. Really, really nice drop on in July. Again, I'm looking at this as just the correction for that, and I'm looking for the continuation to the downside. If price was to go and break through this area 109 and start to trend above it, then yeah, we're probably wrong with the shorts, and price wants to have that reversal. But at the moment, market's not doing that at all. So the shorts look very much still on and still very possible. So I like the shorts for CAD yen. It looks even better than pound yen, really, in terms of the current circumstance. Not at the time when I shorted. That's why I shorted pound yen. But I like CAD yen a lot as well. I do think we're getting ready for a big move to the downside. Just need to see CAD yen get its skates on. If you can get the breakthrough that, then you're laughing. But yeah, I think what's this high? 109.710. Stay below that. I'm not sure what your stop loss is for the trade, but if we can stay below 109.710, should be looking at a big move. Where's your targets for the CAD yen trade? I suppose back at the lows here, 102.5, 103. Gim, welcome to the stream. Good profit all of possible. Okay, Euro pound, New Zealand yen. Okay, I'll take a look. Let me know what you're doing with them, and let me know the time frames you're working with as well, so I can be a bit more specific with my analysis, whether you're looking for a swing trade or a day trade. But in terms of New Zealand yen, the yen pair, so again, I'm looking for a big move down with New Zealand yen. This one I actually still like because it's still holding onto the high. Same situation as CAD yen as well. Maybe a little bit minor break there, but for the most part, we're still holding onto that daily high really well. Again, the way I'm looking at it, big swing to the downside, correction, retest the high, looking for continuation back down. We just got a consolidation right now. So if price can break the low of that consolidation, that will really just tidy everything up. And break the low of consolidation, then I think we'll be on our way. And maybe a nice little retest of the low as well could give you some nice little entries. Ooh, wrong one. Some nice entries, and in terms of targets, you'd be looking at that low or the lows down there. But that again, that's the move I'm looking for. A big drop to the downside for New Zealand yen back to 86.5 and then 84 as well. So going forward with New Zealand yen, really, really bearish on, really, really bearish on. As long as we can hold this 91,500 level. Again, like I said with the other yen pairs too, if we start breaking through, showing some retest, then I'll stand corrected. Maybe we are seeing a bullish trend that's going to push just back to the high, and maybe we're just going to continue that long-term bullish trend. That still could be a very possible reality for the yen pairs, but at the moment, we're in bearish territory back at the high. So I am looking at some sells. But for New Zealand yen, wait for the break of 90, and then we can talk about the shorts. Because whilst we're in here, she's expecting price to go back and forth, back and forth. Not really interested in trading the range. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with New Zealand yen. We'll go take a look at Euro pound in a moment. Okay, so 1023. Okay, I'll see where that is. 1023. Whereabouts is 1023? Okay, so you mean 102.3. 102 point. Okay, so that's basically the low here. That's basically this low. So yeah, I mean, if you're looking for that type of trade, you're holding a trade for 2 weeks. You're not looking for a small day trade if you're holding a position for 2 weeks. So yeah, I would anticipate that as well. Really big swing to the downside. This to me looks like a pause in that move. So now I'm expecting the continuation to happen over the next couple of weeks or so. Just need to get that catalyst. We got inflation rate for yen this Friday. So I'm wondering if that will be the catalyst for the yen pairs, maybe. But yeah, that is what I'm expecting for CAD yen as well, and the rest of the yen pairs too. Okay, so I'll go take a look at euro pound for you. Sunny, deep pullback H4, but it didn't happen yet. Is this for gold you're mentioning, Sunny? Who knows on certain market? Well, again, that's the thing. You just want to have rules and plans in place because, of course, you don't know. No one necessarily knows what's going to happen. But you want to have a strategy which has elements to it and has parameters. So if the market does this and that, then you're going to do this. If the market does that and this, and then you're going to do this. So you want to have rules in place for it because, of course, the market is uncertain, but you want to have things that put probability in your favor. And then when those things arise and they come together, then you strike. But of course, there's always going to be uncertainty no matter how good of a strategy you have, but you want to make things a bit more certain. Not certain, just a bit more. And that's where your edge and your strategy comes in. Euro Swiss we'll take a look at as well. Awareness, what's up? Welcome. First time on your channel. Wow, big up to yourself. Welcome to the channel. Subscribe and like. Hey, appreciate it. Just a question: how long you holding trades for? Well, I've recently started to hold trades a little bit longer, so it's been probably about 4 or 5 days, so about a week. Really, I hold my trades. Yeah, around that time. But yeah, welcome to the channel. And if you guys are enjoying the stream, by the way, find it useful, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe as well. It does really help out. And of course, hit the bell so you don't miss out on any streams or uploads in the future. Let me go take a look at euro pound before I forget. So yeah, euro pound, to be honest, I really don't like the pair at this moment in time. Again, I do trade it from time to time, but at the moment, euro pound, I just don't really like the price action at all. Euro pound's got a massive level around 0.83, which I'm looking for price to get into because this is where I do think there's going to be a pretty big reversal for euro pound in the next coming days or weeks. We could probably see a big push from this area since the two previous times price was trading here, we saw major reversal. So there's going to be a lot of buying pressure around this level, and we're not quite there. So I'm kind of looking for price to have one more drop into that level. I think a nice place to short either being this low here, or if we can push back into the high, we'll find that to the 4 hour zone, push back into the high there as well. In fact, if you can get a nice push back into the high, that's a nice place to put your stop loss above. So somewhere around here, shorts in that area. And then targets, depends on how you want to manage your trade. You've got the low here to aim for. You've got the lows here as well. You've got the weekly low, which you just mapped out as well. Either way, the risk reward looks pretty good. But yeah, in my book, euro pound, I still do see a bit more downside. It'd be trending pretty well to the downside over the past few months. You can see the consecutive lower highs the market has been printing. So yeah, I kind of expect more of the same, but because it's so corrective, it's just difficult to judge. It's not a clean trending market. But yeah, in terms of a setup, something like that is what I'd be after, because I can get a nice little stop loss above the high, and then the risk to reward back to the low looks good. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with euro pound. Stream pound USD. Okay, we'll take a look at. I'll go for euro CHF first. If I have missed out a pair, someone has asked, just drop it down in the chat again, and I'll take a look. But I'll go through euro Swiss and pounds in a moment. That's it. Yeah, Holy One is in a euro Swiss sell actually. Yeah, I'll go speak on euro Swiss. Just living. I think buying a 5K challenge is worth it. Well, again, if it depends, what situation you're in. Because for me, there's two main reasons um, you might want to buy a 5K challenge. Number one, if you're not very confident with your skills, you want to take a challenge, but you're not really confident with your skills yet to buy a bigger account, then you can go for the smaller accounts like the 5K and gain more confidence and test things out as well. So that 5K challenge could be very useful in terms of that. You don't have to go straight for the bigger challenges first, because at least with the 5K, you're spending less money. So there's less risk for you in that way. And if you pass it, great. And you can always go buy bigger ones if you want to. So 5K is a great way to introduce yourself into challenges. Or if you just don't have the finances as well to buy the bigger ones, you got to start somewhere. You can always leverage your profits from the 5K to buy big accounts if you want to. But yeah, really, it's up to you. If you don't want to buy a 5K account, don't. If you want to, and if it's the right situation, of course, buy it. But yeah, I think it's a good stepping stone to get to the bigger ones. Okay, so we'll go through pound USD and euro CHF. Hey, what's up, Chris? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. I'm doing good, thank you. Hope you're well. Happy New Week as well. All right, Will, take care, my man. Have a good one. Still in pound USD. Okay, nice. I'm about to go take a look at pound. But yeah, I'm pretty bullish on pound as well. So hopefully we can see some upside shortly. Don't forget to like and sub. 100% appreciate that, Will. Yeah, if you guys are enjoying the stream, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Lauda, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Just living watching from Libya. Wicked. Okay, let me go through Euro Swiss and pound. So yeah, with Euro Swiss, I'm actually pretty bearish on. It's choppy. It's not moving too well. But then, which CHF currency pair is all very choppy. I'm trading Aussie CHF at the moment, and that one is still very choppy as well. So I can't talk too much about that one. But in terms of Euro CHF, I'm bearish on it as well. I'm pretty much bearish on all CHF currencies, currency pairs. I'm looking for them to come back into their lows again. If you look at the higher time frames for these Swiss currency pairs, they're all really, really bearish on higher time frames. You can see this the weekly chart, and we've been falling since 2018. The market has been in a pretty consistent bearish trend, and it's been falling longer than that. But since 2018, we've been in a really nice bearish trend, really nice low lows and lower highs. So if you're looking for shorts in these conditions, especially as a swing trader, on average, it's difficult to go wrong. Of course, doesn't mean you win every trade, of course not. But if you're looking to swing trades and you're looking to stay consistent with that bearish bias, over time you would have found some really nice winners, and it would have been very, very profitable. So keeping that bearish bias for me is really important until proven otherwise. In terms of big swing trade, I think the boat has already sailed a little bit, because effectively dropping to the daily chart, this is kind of the area which I would like to enter myself. So if I was going to get involved in Euro CHF, it would be in the retest of a low like this, retesting as a high, buying some entries there, stops above the high. That's kind of what I would be looking for. But now that price is just a little bit corrective, it's finding support there a little bit. I'm not so eager to jump into sells here. Maybe if you come up for another retest, That could be nice. Stops above the high, and then again, look for something like that. That looks good. But really, I do expect us to end up back at support. So this is kind of what I'm looking at for Euro Swiss. So it's either we kind of just roll over from here, or we might push up one more time and then get the move down. And that, of course, would be completely up to Euro CHF to do what it wants to do. But in terms of myself and where I would want to place entries and get into a trade, it would definitely be 0.95 area or just underneath. So if price can push back into that level, that'd be great. Stops above the high, looking for my entry signals here, and then looking for that swing, possibly back to 0.928. Of course, there'll be some other areas you can look at for partials and trading stops if you want to. But that's really the swing I'm looking for. So if we could do something like that, that would be great. But equally, price might just keep up these lower highs and roll over there too. And I wouldn't want to enter in here really just because it's just very, very choppy. If I'm entering, it's because price is pushed up there. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at for Euro Swiss. Very, very short on that one, short bias. In terms of pound USD, I'm long bias in this one, looking for some upside. We come back into a really nice low over here. So what is that? 1.30283. It was resistance over there as well. This is a really important swing low because this gave us the swing high. So as you can see, following that bullish structure, low, high, higher, low, higher, high. If price was to break through this, that would not only be breaking a very important piece of structure, but also be breaking that swing low. So technically, this structure is now quote unquote bearish, and I'll be looking for lower highs and lower lows at that point. So it's a really, really important lows, which from a bullish standpoint, it needs to stay intact if we are going to see some upside. So this is why I like it from a bullish standpoint, because it's a great place to put your stop loss underneath. And if we can break out of this descending channel and see a nice strong close to the upside on the 4 hour, I think that'll be a really nice bullish entry signal. Stops below the low, and then you've got a nice little target back into the high over there, and you're feeling a little bit more optimistic. You've got the high over there as well, around 1.345. So pound USD very bullish as long as we can hold this low, but I would wait for a solid close above that descending channel to confirm momentum's come back into play, and we are breaking, of course, outside of this descending channel. And then, yeah, stops underneath the low and then targets. That's kind of what I'll be looking at for in terms of targets. But yeah, in terms of direction, very bullish on pounds. Just waiting for the breakout that descending channel. And your CHF, very bearish. Yeah, just waiting for clearer entries really because it's a bit choppy in there. Why is it wicked watching from Libya? I don't know. Just living. It just is wicked, okay? It's wicked because I said so. Unless, should I say it's not wicked? Should I say it's bad? What's up, Tom? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Lauder US 30 was very cooperative last week. Made some pips. Nice. NAS 100. Okay, we'll take a look at NAS as well. I think Holy One was trading US 30 as well. Looks like a couple people took advantage of some upside last week. Good to hear. Okay, that's your target on your CHF as well. Current drawdown still valid. See changes otherwise. Until I see other changes otherwise. Okay. Yeah, I mean, again, that's the same with me with a pound yen trade. I entered it over 2 weeks ago now, but I'm going to stay in the trading tool until I need to exit. And see it through. What's up in Keba? Okay, you got to sell on gold there. A few people looking to take some sells on gold. That is interesting. Okay, thank you, Brian, for letting me know for the DM. I'll get back to you. But yeah, I'll go take a look at that on gold. We'll go through NAS as well. Appreciate it, Tom. I can smell the launch. That's an interesting way of knowing the launch is coming around the corner. You can smell it in the air. But yeah, very, very soon. So do look out for that. We're planning this weekend. So put it in your diaries, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not in the Discord already, make sure you head over to the Discord. The link is at the top of the chat there as well. Um, Koji, what we say is the most realistic thing newbie trader needs to understand. Um, there's a lot of things, to be honest. There's a lot of things that just came into my mind there. It's hard to pick one. I'll just say a good understanding of. I'll say a good understanding of market structure is really, really powerful in the long run. Because the way I trade anyway is just built around market structure. My bias, entries, trade management is all based around market structure. Of course, I do look at other things as well, but market structure is really important in terms of creating a strategy. So if you have a good understanding of market structure, everything else just comes on top, no matter how you're looking at it, no matter what indicator you're looking at. Everything else is just adding a bit of flavor, a bit of confluence, and just makes the trading decisions better, more improved. But the fundamental kind of foundation of my technical analysis is based on market structure. So for me, that's really important in terms of analysis. That's another good one, Holy One. Risk. Actually, that didn't come to my mind, but that should have come to my mind. Risk is another good thing as well. Yeah, because at the end of the day, as a newbie as well, you want to still be in the game a year, 2 years, 3 years from now. And of course, a lot of newbie traders are normally gone from the markets between six months to a year. Very, very few people stay trading longer than a year, or at least actively trading longer than a year. So you want to make sure at least you're staying longer than a year, and of course, by doing that, learning how to manage risk is essential, more central than market structure, believe it or not. Um, but yeah, in terms of trading, in terms of analysis, market structure very, very important. But of course, just trading in general, risk is huge as well. So that's a good point there, early one. Okay, let me go through gold. So in Keb, you said you're short on this one. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of shorts. We already spoke about the shorts earlier in the stream. I said, yes, we can see some downside for gold, but I just wouldn't take it because the market is just so bullish. If you're going to look for shorts, keep it very slick, very intraday. If you're looking for a big swing, it's always going to be difficult to happen. Not impossible, but just in these conditions, you're not going to have a lot of luck with it. So in Keba, your take profit is 26.44. Okay, I like it. I like it. This is kind of the area which I highlighted when we last spoke about gold, because we have come back into a nice area where shorts do look relatively okay. Coming back into the high here. This is where price did stall before this big drop. So we're coming back into some structure here as well. I still think the bigger move is to the upside, and we're likely going to see some new highs pretty soon with gold. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm not interested in shorts whatsoever right now. But if you're looking to short gold, we've come into a nice area, so I can get behind that. And if you are going to look at some targets, I think coming back into that low is pretty sensible. Of course, nothing's guaranteed, but it's a pretty reasonable target to have. Anything more than that for gold is just very, very optimistic, because the market's just so bullish. So yeah, it's always going to be difficult trying to hold shorts in these conditions. So yeah, I like it. I can get behind that. I can get behind that. It's counter trend. It goes against the tide, but at least you got some realistic targets there as well. Which yeah, if the market holds 26, 60, 70, looks pretty realistic. We get there. Okay, I'll go through NAS 100 next. So yeah, NAS 100 I really like, because would you look at that? It looks like we're breaking out the high. Yeah, it was a pretty solid close there in the last 4-hour candle. But yeah, I didn't see us breaking out there. So I said it would be nice if price can break the high and maybe get some intraday pullbacks tomorrow. So we do the breaking today and then pullbacks tomorrow and some entries tomorrow potentially as well. So that would be nice. But in terms of the move I'm looking for from NAS, it's definitely a push back into the high here at 2,700. That's what I'm looking for price to get to. Because if you look at the other major US indices, US 30, S&P, These guys have made their all-time highs and they're still flying. And US 100 is lagging behind big time. So I do expect us to make that move, catch up with US 30, catch up with S&P, and now get back to the high there at 2,700. So in my book, there's a lot of upside to be had with NAS. And if you can find some break and retest, some intraday opportunities, I feel like you'd be in a really nice situation to ride that trend back into the high, maybe further as well, but at least back into the highs, which is where I'm expecting us to get into. So if we can get a solid break of that area, some retest of this area looks really, really good for maybe tomorrow or sometime this week. If for some reason we go for a bigger pullback, and I still like the lows here as well for a buy, 19,700 back into that low. I think that's a nice place to look for a buy as well. And again, looking for the same target. So yeah, very, very bullish on that. If you're seeing some downside, it's most likely just a pullback. So you're looking for your longs, you're looking to take it back to the high. Let me know your buys as well, Lauda. I think you probably be looking for buys as well. Okay, and Kevin from South Africa. Yeah, I think you mentioned that before. See you tomorrow. Okay, take care. Have a good one. How are the sea chef pairs doing? Yeah, it's been a tough watch because because I've been stuck in two consolidations now with Aussie Chef. The first one when I entered, so I entered on this candle here. That consolidated for about a week, I think. Yeah, I entered Tuesday the 1st of October and it broke out on Monday the 7th. So about a week I was in that. And then now it broke out on Monday, and since then it's almost been another week. We've been stuck sideways. So it's like we're waiting for a breakout every week here. Hopefully things can speed up afterwards. But again, teacher pairs on average are pretty choppy and they do take their time. So I'm well aware that things can be a bit slow, but I'm also thinking as well, because I'm in the direction of the higher time frame trend. Typically the sells, they normally happen a little bit faster than the buys. The buys take a little bit longer to get going. The sells are normally a lot heavier than the buys on average. But then again, it still does take its time as well. But we'll see what happens with Aussie Seat Chef. Just waiting for us to commit lower or break even. Either way, I'm not gonna take an L here. Kojo, thoughts on BTC? Okay, we'll go have a look at Bitcoin. Okay, looking for buyers. Okay, hoping for a pullback before the current move, but we shall see, of course. Yeah, I like it. I like it with NAS. But in my book, Lauder, there's still a long way to go for NAS back to the high. So, between now and the high, and this is the high I'm referring to, between now and there, it should be a meaningful pullback, a pullback on the intraday, which you can take advantage of. So, yeah, I think if you just stay on the ball, you'll find a nice opportunity to get involved. Maybe we don't get a pullback for this move, but yeah, we'll see what happens during the week. But I would expect a pullback somewhere along the way, back to the high. Okay, NAS buy from 2185. Okay, didn't take it between because you're in US 30. Yeah, it makes sense because again they're both very correlated. Yeah, they do the same thing. Yeah, they either both work or both fail. And again, the way I see it, there's no point in doing that, because sure, it's great if they both win. You essentially double the profit, but then you double the loss as well. So my thinking is, why don't you just double the risk on one of the positions and just manage that one? Yeah, that way you don't have to look at both markets, managing both. Therefore, you just focus on one and just double the risk anyway. So that's why I'm not really a big fan of that. But yeah, it effectively took advantage of the same move, really. It looks like US 100 is lagging behind it anyway. So US 30 in hindsight is definitely the better trade. So yeah, you've done well from that point of view. What's up, Ben? Morning. Hope you're doing good. Aussie Jeff putting a ascending triangle pattern. I'm trying to remember what that looks like. Maybe I'm just coping because I'm long. Yeah, you're long and I'm short on Aussie Jeff. Funny thing is, we were both short when I entered originally, but you've already taken your profits from that move and now you got into a long. So it's like you're like me in the future. But yeah, we'll take a look at that in a moment. I'm just literally just seeing consolidation really with Aussie CHF, to be honest. There might be some type of ascending something in here, but I'm just seeing flat price action, more or less equal lows, more or less equal highs. I'm not trying to read too much into that price action there. I'm just going to see which way we break out, to be honest. Anyway, let me go to Bitcoin. So yeah, for Bitcoin, really bullish today. Really bullish. Big push to the upside. Again, we're still kind of trading in this descend channel. So I'm still looking at these tops here, and it looks like we're going to push back into the high. So I think this is a really great place to be looking to short Bitcoin, because if you think about it, there's either two things that are going to happen with Bitcoin. We're either going to respect the high here and roll back over, or we're going to break through and start seeing a pretty big breakout and maybe a big trend forms. If that happens, we can probably see something like this for Bitcoin, and prices are going to get really moving. At that point, you're looking for your pullbacks, your break and retest, even this high or maybe this high. Of course, we'll read more into it when it does happen. I'll give you my thoughts and opinions when it does happen as well. But there's a lot of upside potential for Bitcoin. There's a lot of upside potential for Bitcoin if we're going to have that breakout of this descending channel and see some momentum like this. Or on the flip side, we respect the high and we just continue respecting the channel and make our way back down to this 50K area, 52K area, and just keep respecting the channel. So either which way, there's a lot of risk. There's a big risk to reward situation here. Either the sells that to the low or the buys back to wherever, 80K, 90K, 100K. There's a lot of upside. So we're just waiting for signs of what the market's going to do. At the moment, we're looking pretty bullish. So we'll see what we were doing at that area around 66K. Are we still maintaining that bullish momentum, or are we starting to slow down, see some wicks like we did over here or like we did over there? Are we seeing some wicks forming? In that case, are we expecting a big move down? If we're seeing strong candle closures and the market's breaking above it, then we start speaking about the buys. So basically, to find the answer, we need to see how prices are reacting there, and then I can make the call. But for now, just waiting for us to get there, and then we can discuss. But whether it's the buys or the sells that come around, I think either way, you're looking at big moves for Bitcoin, which again, as traders, is the most important thing, because it means opportunity. No problem, Lauder. Happy to help. Tom, more corrects away to the upsides, impulse you soon. Okay, better shorts, more longs. I like that, Tom. I like your thinking. And it's not just because I'm short on Aussie CHF. But yeah, the way I see it with Aussie CHF as well, because again, effectively, markets, we have our up moves, we have our down moves, and we have our sideways moves. There's only three phases of the market, in general. It's the bullish moves, the bearish moves, and then the sideways moves. And the sideways moves, the way I see it, is just a pause in the market for us to continue the buys or reverse the buys and see some sells, or of course vice versa. And most of the time, when you do see an impulse like that and the market starts to consolidate, most of the time we tend to continue the impulse. But of course, there are times where we do reverse, of course, and the market does something like this and we go for a reversal. That happens. Um, that happens too. But based on the conditions and where we're coming from, I would be expecting more downside. But then again, anything can happen, which is why we manage our risk and manage our trades. But my thinking is similar to Tom's as well with that push, looking for consolidation and then continue down low. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Price could break higher and start pushing up again. That could be the case. That's why I'm managing the trade there too. But yeah, it's a difficult look, to be honest. I wouldn't try read too much into price there. It just looks way too choppy. I think I see the triangle pattern you're mentioning there. Yeah, it's just consolidation to me. Consolidation is consolidation. It's 50-50 stuff. I'm just going to let Aussie do what it wants to do. So when you have higher highs, but there's a horizontal resistance on top. Oh, okay. So this type of pattern, like this. I mean, that's an awful drawing, but I think I get the point. So yeah, that could be the case. That could be the case, but it's just consolidation. I mean, even with patterns like that, or patterns like this, or they're all just variations of the same thing. Consolidation. They're just flat price action, waiting for breakout. Because these patterns can break high and they can break low. They can break low and they can break high. And essentially, consolidation. What can that do as well? Break high or break low. It's the same thing, really. Yeah, same thing. So for me, it's just pause in the market, ready for a move. All right. See you tomorrow, Holy One. Take care. Have a nice afternoon, evening. Looking for a bounce in the majors this week. NZD looks best to me. Okay. Yen looks like kind of dead. Yeah, it is kind of dead at the moment. I'm still holding on to my pound yen trade, so we'll see how that goes. Gold chart looks very bullish, but I think we're forming a longer top. Could be with gold. Could be with gold. I think that's not a bad bet because I'm expecting to see that bigger retracement come into play. But I've got a feeling we'll probably push back to the high first, and then we'll see what happens. Maybe you respect the high and come back down. Maybe you create a little higher high and then come back down, something like that. Because the trend is gonna go through that corrective and pullback stage. But yeah, I think we at least get back to 26.87 for now. These patterns don't have 100% hit rate. Yeah, that is the real situation. We don't have 100% hit rate, unfortunately. So yeah, when the pattern doesn't play out, yeah, it doesn't mean that the world is ending. It just means that the pattern doesn't have 100% win rate, which is a tough pill to swallow. I know, trust me. But I agree with the bounce though in the majors. I mean, I'm long on Euro USD. So I'm putting some money betting on that though. I'm looking for a lot of upside in these USD pairs: pound USD, euro, NZD. Although I was looking to buy NZD last week, but it broke through this area on the interest rate, so that kind of didn't set up how I wanted it to. Aussie dollar is another one I'm looking for a bounce as well. Dollar CAD, I'm looking for a big buy, but that needs to pull back. Okay, this one had a really big breakout, so I'm looking for the correction of that for some more upside. Yeah. But for now, I'm holding on to some euro buys which I took on Friday just before the week closed. So we'll see what happens with that one. Pound yen still holding on for dear life, and of course Aussie CHF as well. Those are the three markets I'm trading. But yeah, it's been a little bit stale to be fair. Because pound yen, I got involved over 2 weeks ago. It hasn't really gone anywhere. Same with Aussie CHF as well. It hasn't really gone that far. Maybe apart from that drop. Of course, Euro I've just entered, but that one's a little bit flat as well. And I'm expecting more momentum as we approach the end of the year, October, November, December, or the start of December anyway. We only have a lot of movement this time of the year. It just hasn't really happened yet. Maybe because of the election, things are a little bit awkward. Used to CAD as a wild chart, yeah. I think CAD has just been very crazy because of oil. That was promised Q4. You were promised, not even just told, promised. No, Q4 normally is really good. Q4, Q1 normally really good. To be honest, in terms of movement on average, you get some really nice moves in the back end of the year and the start of the new year. Normally see a big moves across the board. And I'm expecting it as well. It just hasn't really kicked in yet. So it means we've got something to look forward to in the markets. A lot of movement, a lot of trending movement. But again, it's on average as well. There will be some Q4s that just don't move much as well. Maybe this is one of them. But I still got my hopes up. But yeah, dollar CAD has been crazy. I think CAD pairs have been a bit crazy as well. I mean, pound CAD has been a really impressive. Oh, that didn't come out right. Has been a really impressive. There we go. Really impressive bullish trend over the past few weeks now. And pound CAD doesn't really have really nice trends. It's normally quite choppy. It has its moments, but it's more of a choppy pair. But it's been gliding really, which is really nice stuff. But I do think it's hitting some levels where it will probably turn around soon. So I'm not going to look to try and follow that trend any further as we come back into that high there. But yeah, CAD has just been very weak. I think oil's had a big part to play. Yeah, post-election, yeah, I agree. Post-election, because when is election? Is it November? Let me search that up. November 5th. Okay. Okay, so it's not far away actually. I thought it was November the 21st for some reason. Don't know why I thought 21st. But yes, the 5th, which is actually pretty soon. That's like just over a couple of weeks now. So yeah, maybe in anticipation to that, we might be drying up a little bit, and then I'm expecting fireworks, literally, when that happens. US 2000. Okay, I don't think I've. When's the last time I looked at this one? Okay, back over here. When was that? That was March earlier this year. So yeah, over there was backing more upside. We went for a bigger pullback, and then the market got going again. It looks to me that we're just kind of making our way back into the highs over here on the left. I actually like this chart. I mean, it's not the cleanest in terms of the trend, but I'm expecting us to push back into the high. And I like it because we're nowhere near it, which means there's a lot of potential. And this is the weekly chart as well. So there's a lot of upside to be looking to trade. It looks like price is putting a nice little low here. And it's a really nice strong daily candle there as well. So it looks likely that we're just going to push back into this high pretty soon. So if you can probably find some intraday pullbacks along the way, you can probably look to trade it back to 2280. We drop to the 4 hour, some retest around here or retest here. those are some nice opportunities on the probably hourly or the 4 hour chart. Ride it back to the high there. Like I said, I expect us to go a lot further all the way here, but I don't expect us to be looking for that move in one go. So yeah, on paper this looks really really good because we've broken out this consolidation. Now the market's starting to commit to the upside of these higher highs and higher lows. So I'm just going to expect that to continue all the way back to the high there. And looks like we just printed another higher low. And yeah, I'll be expecting us to push back to 2280. So yeah, I think some retests on those levels look really great, and looking to trade it back to the high. Looks even better than NAS. Yeah, I'm looking for something similar to that for EuroCHF as well. I'm still pretty bearish, but it may pull back. It may pull back first before the sell. In terms of the entries, this is where I would look to get involved, 0.94860, because I can get a pretty safe stop loss, testing a major level. And if we were to break through that, then that would be a bit of a red flag anyway. And it'll probably tell me that price is probably reversing to the upside. So at that point, I don't want to be sells, at that point anyway. So in terms of the shorts, I like it up there. We may not get all the way there, but that for me is the best place to get an entry. So in terms of getting involved in EuroCHF, that's where I would get involved. But yeah, I'm bearish from the pair. High time frame still really bearish too. We're just going through a bit of a consolidation choppy period. But back to that low at 0.9227 is where I'm expecting Euro Swiss to end up as well. Just very choppy price action. Any thoughts on silver? Yeah, silver's been a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I'm really bullish on silver, and I like it. I like the currency pair. I like the metal, but it needs to break above this high for me to get involved now. And I'll look for the break me test of it because it's getting a little bit difficult. We've had a couple attempts trying to break through that level. One over here, and second one over there as well. And there's a pretty big rejection there too. So that doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence that silver's about to fly through this level. So I don't really want to be looking to buy below. But if it was to break through, then of course that'll tell me the buyers are back in town. We've seen a solid break through a very pivotal level. If we were to get a retest, there's a good chance we're going to hold and continue the trend. Because I'm expecting silver to kind of follow suit with gold and see us a type of exponential trend and really get going. So I'm expecting that to happen at some point, but this is a big obstacle which we need to clear. I expect really bullish conditions, so I'm not afraid about buying too high because I'm really expecting silver to get going. But below the level, we've had a really nasty rejection. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the setup. I mean, to be honest, this is almost like consolidation really with silver. So if you can get above the high here, it becomes a lot clearer. But yeah, in terms of direction, definitely bullish. Definitely bullish from a top-down point of view. Just finding the trade, finding a good trade is just being a little bit difficult with silver. But if we can break the high, 32.5, it'll be something I'll look at. Yeah, there's like gold and silver are stalling a little bit. How are some of the crosses looking? Euro NZD looking tad bullish, pound NZD as well. Looks like it's having the retest of this area pretty well. Euro Aussie a little bit bullish, pound. Yeah, not a big fan of the crosses for now. As I said, I'm not going to look to take any new positions until I can get one of my three. I mean, one of the two I've got with euro and pound yen to break even, or I'm just taking out the trade for a loss. Because I don't want to have more than three positions that I'm juggling at once. Really. I mean, I'm very rarely in three positions at one time, but I don't want to go more than that because just you're all over the place. You want to be a bit more focused than that. So until I can exit one of my positions, I'm not going to get into another one. So yeah, but of course I'll keep an eye and see how things develop with some other pairs, because I do have a watch list for this week of pairs which I'd like to enter. But if I'm still in all three, then I'm going to hold back. I think there's a lot more upside to be had with the CAD pairs as well. How the other yen pairs doing? Not much at all. Swiss yen's broken through that high, but it hasn't done it convincingly. Still just about bearish on Swiss yen, but if it can sustain some of this momentum, give me some higher lows, then yeah, I probably will be looking for a pushback to the high. But I'm not quite sold yet. Are we bullish on this Labour government, or are they going to crash us into a recession? I'm not sure, Ben. All I can tell you is that whatever happens, whether we are bullish and we see it come into fruition, or they do take us back into recession, I want to make sure that I can find some opportunities on pound, just like when we had that nice little flash crash sort of back in 2022, was it? Yeah, in this move here. If I can get short on moves like this, I don't mind, as long as I can profit from it. Which doesn't sound too good, but hey, I'm just speaking from a trading point of view. Keep the chat positive, thank you. Yeah, because been a few times where people tried to bring a bit of politics to the chat, which is just about trading and football. Yeah, football's fine. Football politics is fine. But yeah, I want to keep it purely about trading. Of course, a bit of a hint at football there, because yeah, it's football. But yeah, try not to get political here. Yeah, Euro isn't moving too well. Looks like we filled the gap and we had a bit of a reaction to it on an intraday level. But my stop loss is wide enough, so if it wants to come back for a retest, so be it. Pound yen is just fighting for its life on that level there, but it's going to take a lot of momentum for this to come back into my favor. But I expect it to happen, believe it or not, even though it's quite corrective. And my stop loss is always there as well. So if it is going to take my stop, it's nothing too crazy. And then Aussie Chef is just messing around there. But we don't have any big news really this week until Thursday, really. So that's kind of the day I'm waiting for things to start really moving. And then we've got inflation rate for yen on Friday, which is going to be crazy, because that's kind of the catalyst I'm looking at for the yen pairs to really get going. Spy, when's your last W? It was the trade I took before I started trading pound yen, Euro USD longs on this move here. But I've been stuck on pound yen and Aussie CHF for about 2.5 weeks, because I've just been nursing these two trades. I haven't entered any more trades. It's only just Euro USD now that's set up for me last Friday as well. So I've just been very, very stubborn with those two previous positions. So I've just been nursing them. But then again, I haven't really been too active trading either, because I've been busy with elevating traders, which is launching this weekend as well. So if you're not in the Discord, make sure you are in the Discord. Link to that is it is in the description, but it's at the top of the chat as well. So you definitely can't miss it. There will be discount opportunities there when we do launch as well. So if you don't want to miss out on the discounts, make sure you are in the Discord. But equally so, there are discussions there about trading opportunities, what people are looking at. I share what I'm looking at as well. So if you are interested and you want to join the Discord to join in those discussions, then feel free to do so as well. Anyone is definitely welcome. Is anyone trading any USD pairs at the moment? Of course, I'm in Euro, but I actually do like some of the other USD pairs as well. I like Pound a lot if it can break outside of that channel. I won't look to take the trade, but I think that would be a nice trade if it does break above that. I like Aussie dollar as well from where it's trading. Looks like it's coming back for a retest there as well. So I think that looks like a nice place for a long. Should you see a nice bullish engulfing from that area, I think that's a solid entry signal. Stops below the low. Or if it comes a little bit further into this area, I think that's a great place to buy as well. Because again, that's your bullish structure there from that low to the high, low to the high. As long as price can stay above that swing low, that keeps me bullish. That keeps me bullish for Aussie dollar. So as long as we don't break through 0.662, I am looking for that bigger swing to the upside and seeing how far I can take it. If we do go and break through the low, then I would relax that bullish bias and maybe we do get a bigger sell. But yeah, at that point, I'll leave it alone. Really, I'm not really interested in the shorts. It becomes a bit too choppy if we see that move. But yeah, besides from that, I think the USD pair is looking really, really good. Okay, you used JPY. You buying or selling, Kojo? Or are you asking me to look at USD JPY? I mean, either which way, for me, dollar yen, I'm pretty bearish on. These are the two levels I'm looking to short from, 149 and 152. If I wasn't trading pound yen, then I would get involved in some shorts around those areas because there's some nice reversal points. I mean, the market's looking quite bullish now, so I would need to see some heavy rejections here for me to get involved. But in terms of the location, it does tick my boxes, both of those areas. So yeah, and then price was to break through 152. That's when I'll change my bias completely. But for now, still looking at a bigger sell. GU waiting for some buy confirmations. Yeah, I agree. GU looks good. Just need to see that momentum come through. Okay, weekly time frame. Fair play. I don't know many people who trade on a weekly time frame. Okay, fundamentally something different. Euro week, they are about to rate cuts again. Yeah, that's the only issue really. Because the rate cuts, of course, if they do come out bearish, I mean, if they do reduce, then it should technically come out bearish for Euro. But we'll see how it goes. My main focus is my technicals. As long as the technicals line up for me, I'm going to be taking the position. I took this last Friday. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I can be in profit by then, by the interest rates, but we'll see. We will see. But waiting until after the rate cuts is a smart move as well. Hey, appreciate it, Anis. Appreciate it. Trust, more to come, more to come. But yeah, guys, we've come up to the end of the stream. That was pretty quick. Coming to the end of the stream, I will be live again every day this weekday. So do stay tuned for that if you guys are free to pop in. If you have enjoyed it, guys, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you don't miss out on any streams or uploads in the future. Make sure you head over to the Elevating Traders Discord channel, as I keep mentioning, but for good reason. So go check it out if you haven't done so already. But yeah, guys, I will be live again tomorrow, so hopefully I do see you guys there. If not, have a good day. But yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one.